The organizer is present. Please stand by. Your conference will begin shortly.
Welcome to the fourth part of a special webinar presented by Wealthbuyer, The Power of the S-Curve, with author Bob Joyner. This webinar is brought to you by FirstHourTrading.com, where you can sign up for a free trial subscription to Manny Bacchus's First Hour Trading System. Bob, we have a question from one of our attendees, Holly, who wants to know if you could identify your entry and exit signals from the chart that we have on the screen now.
This is a 6-day screen up at the top of the screen. The third block over is where I would have started on this one, okay? And I would have started right where you see that line coming down through the word intraday at the top. You'll see a green candle there toward the bottom. I don't know if you can follow what I'm talking about, Rick. Mm-hmm. I would be looking right there for a bunch of different reasons I described, but I would not be looking at this chart only. What I also look at, to answer the question, is also look at a 5-minute 2-day chart, which we didn't bring up for this webinar. And what I'm looking at is I'm looking for that RSI to hit 35 at this particular juncture, which is a confirmed 10-minute bottom. So on this one, we have a confirmed 10-minute bottom around $18 on that third day over, right where you see that first green candle. Okay, and then you can you follow that 10-minute curve until it tops out, and you would be moving your stops up all the way. What I call movable stops. You'd keep moving those up as that stock keeps going up to kind of secure your profit there. So in that top red candle on that third day, you would have stopped out once it came down in there, and then you could very easily have shorted that stock at that point because of certain signs that are showing there. Primarily because you're seeing the 10-minute top, you're seeing a crossover in the MACD, especially on the 5-minute side. And you can watch the 4 SMA, the simple moving average. I use the 4 SMA, and you would watch that just as it continued just to slide on down, making another bottom of the S curve right there, smack in the middle of the chart there.
Bob, we have a question from Sandy. She wants to know, how can you fix a trade that has gone bad?
You get out of it, Sandy. There's a couple of different tricks that I've developed, actually. One is you've got to know when to get out, and you've got to have a system for knowing when to get out. And part of that has to do with why you got in to start with. For example, if you're trading that 4 SMA on the 5-minute chart that I just mentioned, and you see that thing cutting down and through the 7 SMA, for me that's a warning sign. The lights are going off and it says get out now, because that's probably getting ready to go bad. Not always. I do look at some other things as well, but that's a pretty bad sign. At least you need to get out of part of your stuff. If you're already in a bad position, another way to get out of it, if you don't want to take your huge loss, is do what I call a straddle. And I don't know if this is getting too far for some folks in the call, but what I do is this. Let's say that you are in a situation where you are limited by the number of day trades that you can do per week. You have less than 25,000 capital. So you can only day trade 3 trades per week, okay? So what are you going to do? That's been one of the struggles that a lot of people have. And so what are you going to do? One of the ways you could do that to kind of keep from having a whole bunch of day trades in the same day is you can do a straddle. So when that stock that you thought was going to go up begins to go down, you sell half of your shares, and then you short it at that same price. So what you're doing, actually, is you're holding the stock at 2 different ways. It's called a straddle. That second position, you would have had 1 day trade count against you because you got out of that first trade if you had bought it that morning. So you have a day trade when you got out of half your position. You have a new position set up on the short, and then just hold both positions until the next day. so it doesn't count as a midday trade against you.
Bob, we've been saying that if people subscribe to Manny Bacchus's First Hour Trading System today, they get a free e-copy of your book, The Power of the S-Curve. But I understand you have another book as well. Could you tell us about that one?
If people go to Lulu, people may have heard of Lulu.com. It's self-publishing. It's not McGraw-Hill, but it works for me. In my other book, both books are there. You can look up my last name, Joyner, Joiner, at Lulu.com, and you'll see both books listed there. Both books are available either if you want the printed version or if you want the digital immediate download. Both are available. And I'm actually offering something on my website called, which is www.gapdownprofits.com, offering a little free coaching session for people who do read the books and who want to learn more. So if people want to go to that, they can learn that as well. I just changed that today in honor of Mandy's presentation tonight.
Bob, we have a question from Carolyn. She asks, how can you have half position long and half short? Seems like that would cancel out.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, Carolyn. It's not for the faint of heart either. But what it does, the intent of it is if you cannot get out of your whole position immediately, and that's if you're not able to do that because your loss is already so big and you just can't stomach that loss or whatever, then you go ahead and sell half and you short the other half. And you're canceling out both positions. And what you're doing is you're waiting until the next day's S-curve sets up, and then you trade, hopefully, to recoup some of your loss that you've already got.
Ernesto has asked us if you could give those websites again that you had mentioned.
One is Lulu, spelled LULU.com. My email address and that website is thegapdownprofits.com. Thanks, Rick.
Bob, do any of these methods work with penny stocks?
I wouldn't touch it myself. I just, for me, it's too much risk. I'll tell you what I did to kind of get the answer to that. What my focus is stocks that are in that $10 to $25 range. I love that range.
Bob, it's about time to wrap it up. Do you have any final thoughts?
It's been a great session and great, articulate questions from the listeners. I would just encourage people, if you're not making money, get with somebody who's making money and learn how to do it, because, like I said, it's an expensive place to get an education.
Bob Joyner, he's author of the book, The Power of the S-Curve, and that's a great lead-in to the special offer that we're making. That's a free 30-day trial of the First Hour Trading System. Manny Bacchus likes to say that you can make enough money in the first hour of trading to take the rest of the day off. Day trading is a highly risky business if you don't know what you're doing, but Manny Bacchus is an acknowledged expert in day trading. He created the First Hour Trading System. Now, if you join the First Hour Trading System, you will be maximizing the probability of making money and minimizing the risk of losing your trading capital. How? Well, you don't make the trades yourself. You follow Manny's trades every day. And you'll get amazing results. You may not win on every single trade, but Manny has a 70% success rate with average returns of 1% daily, and that's far ahead of what most day traders get. Who knew day trading could be so much fun? Nothing you need to learn or study, no need to do tedious research or analysis. You don't have to stay glued to your PC all day. After all, that's what Manny is doing for you. And today's special offer is if you sign up for Manny's free trial subscription, he will send you a free digital copy of Bob Joyner's book for all who sign up today for the First Hour Trading System. Bob's book is The Power and the Profit of the S-Curve. Here's what you'll get. Sign up for the free 30-day trial and get instant access to the First Hour Trading chat room, and that's where you'll learn Manny's trades for each day. And you'll get the First Hour Trading 101 kit, which includes a CD tutorial, training videos, printed guidelines, all for $7.67. That's basically the shipping charges, or if you're international, $13.67. And today only, you get an e-copy of The Power of the S-Curve. What you need is at least $25,000 in your trading account, and you need to be able to spend about an hour from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern each trading day with your computer. So why don't you sign up today? You pay only for shipping of the First Hour Trading 101 kit. You get to try out the system for up to a month. If you cancel within 30 days, you still pay only the shipping charges. but we think you'll stay with us. Most people do, for only $297 per month. Here's the URL, firsthourtrading.com/details.html. Thanks to Bob Joyner for joining us and to Manny Backus for sponsoring us. I'm Rick Lasby from Crash Bang Digital.